Hello and welcome again to Chris's Caribbean Delights. And today we're making some hot pepper sauce. It's gonna be really spicy, and we're making this with a chili which is called wiri wiri pepper or my wiri pepper, which could be found in the Caribbean, and it's a really spicy pepper. And almost to the heat of the habanero. So let's go to those little guys, and I'll show you how I'll clean them and I'll prep them for the hot pepper sauce. So these are the guys. These are the wiri wiri peppers. Some people call them my wiri peppers, but I know them as wiri wiri peppers, which is WRI. That's kind of name. So they're sold by the pint in Georgetown, Guyana. Many people grow them in their gardens. I have grown some here in New York already, and they're also being grown in Florida. In order to prep them, you would wash them thoroughly, of course, and take the stem off. You'll take the stem off, and like that, just peel the stem off. And we're going to blend these. So I'm going to go ahead. Well, I already have some that I have stemmed and washed already, and I'll just go ahead and put those in the blender, and we'll go from there. Now in my blender here, you will see I have some lime, some pieces of lime. I had like 3 or 4 pieces of lime, and 3 or 4 pieces of lemon wedges, and I also have a few pieces of cucumber. These are all going to be in the mix for the hot pepper sauce. So as I said, I have a few mixtures in here of some lime and lemon and some cucumber, and a pickled juice. It's I had some pickles in a jar where I had pickled some cucumbers, some peppers, and some other stuff. So I'm going to mix that all in there to give it the body, and I'm using that pickle juice for my liquid. So now I'm just going to pour the wiri wiri pepper. I'm just going to pour the wiri wiri pepper over into the blender, and I will start the blending process. I have poured most of my wiri wiri pepper over there. At this point, I'll add some salt, and I'll cover the blender. Just cover the blender, and we're gonna pulse just to get it started. So I've been blending now for about 4 to 5 minutes. I'll just give it a few more seconds, and then I'll pour it out. So my hot pepper sauce is almost over. It's almost done. I did a few taste testing, because I gotta get a flavor, and my taste buds are not operating anymore from the heat. So I got it to a point where with the flavor that I really wanted. So I added a cup of vinegar because it was kind of thick still. I added some pickles, some sweet pickles. I blended some sweet pickles, a cup of vinegar, regular white vinegar. I added some salt, I added maybe about a quarter cup or maybe to a half cup of salt. It depends to your taste. And also I added one onion, and I had already had garlic in there, had some garlic in there, and 2 tablespoons of sugar for the amount, depending on the amount, because I got quite a bit. I got almost maybe like a half a gallon to 3/4, eight, 6 or 7 pints. So I added like 2 tablespoons of sugar, and that kind of brings everything together, and it also gives it a lovely sweet. It makes you, it encourages you to eat the pepper sauce. So let's go, and we'll mix this up, stir this up, and we'll pour it off into our jar. Well, I also added a cup of lime juice. A cup of lime juice. Yeah, just to, round it off, give it a lovely citrusy flavor. It's going to be fantastic. I wish you can taste it. But let's mix this all together and have some wonderful hot pepper sauce. Chris's hot pepper sauce. So here we are. See, this is the consistency I wanted. I don't want it too thick. I don't want it too thin. So, as I mentioned, I added, it's about a 3/4 cup of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a cup of lime juice, a cup of vinegar, white vinegar, just to thin it out. And this is the consistency I got once I did that. And I blended an onion and some sweet pickles, but I'm going to list them. So guys, here we are. I poured it out into my container, and this is where it's going to sit, and I'll just keep pouring out as I need to use. And this is the container that I'm going to be using from. This is going to be sitting, close to my dining table, so that everyone can access that. And this one, I'm going to be putting it away. I'll cover it with some saran wrap or some plastic wrap on top, so that some air can get in. And then this is the cover. I just place this cover on top, and then I have peppers for the rest of the summer. So once again, bon appetit, and enjoy some heat. Hot pepper sauce. Chris's hot pepper sauce. It's delectable, it's delightful, and it's hot. Thanks for watching.